armchair expert, but he makes mistakes all the time. Thank God Monica's here. She's gonna let him have the facts.
I'm working late because I'm a singer.
It's a good song.
I think that's the cutest lyric I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm working late because I'm a singer.
She's very cheeky.
Oh my God. I'm so late to the party, but now I'm an enormous Sabrina Carpenter fan. It started with Bedchem.
Oh.
Do you know that song?
Is it on the new album? Is it recently?
I'll play you one taste of it before we get flagged for copyright infringement, but let me see if I can give you a taste of it.
Let's hear it. I don't know this one, I don't think.
I was driving with Delta to school today and we listen to it every morning. And I said, you know the sign of when a song's a fucking jam? A lot of times you're driving in cars and the song's good and it's a dancey track and you're like maybe clicking your fingers and maybe you're dancing a little bit. But if a song hits, you can't resist dancing with your shoulders. I was telling her that's what you look for.
Okay.
And so we were both in the car fucking. We were really getting our shoulders active this morning. It was a blast.
Nice.
It's really fun now that I love her favorite artist.
I know.
It's fun for her.
Yeah, of course.
Because now I'm on the Sabrina train.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what about this one? She's like, have you listened to Juno? And then I'm like, okay, I listened to Juno. It was a little slower. I was worried it was going to be a little too slow for you. So we're really like.
Okay. I like that.
It's very fun.
She gets sexy, Sabrina.
Oh, she is.
There's some real sexual stuff.
In fact,
Juno is sexual.
Well, I'm so glad you brought this up. I would have forgot to say this. So we're laying in bed last night. And we're talking about Juno and, I'm like, I don't want to tell her it wasn't my favorite because it's her favorite. And, but I am not going to lie to her. All right. So here we are. Mm-hmm. So we're working through it. She's like, yeah, I understand. It's a little more of this, that. And she goes, but do you know what Juno is? And I go, no. And she's like, well, it's a movie. And I go, oh, the movie Juno? Yes, I know. She goes, yeah. She said, I want you to make me Juno because it's a story about a girl who gets pregnant.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. I go, ooh, that's a little nasty.
A little racy.
And she goes, what's nasty about wanting to have a baby with somebody? And I go, well, it's a teenager. She's in high school. Yeah. And she goes, oh, she's in high school. So she knew part of the Juno story. She just didn't know she was in high school.
Oh, she thought it was romantic.
Yes. And the way she phrased really it was like,
sweet.
Wait, what's nasty about wanting to have a baby with someone you love? And I was like, oh, no, there's nothing nasty about that. Yeah. I'm just saying, I want to get pregnant in high school is kind of a nasty, fun lyric.
Yeah.
Nasty. And it is a positive nasty, I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
I brought a list today.
Okay.
Do you want to tell me something you want to talk about before I get to the next thing I want to talk about?
Yes. So I had another ear situation.
An ear infection?
Not a full infection.
Schwimmer's ear?
Not Schwimmer's ear.
David Schwimmer's ear?
I wish. No, I have 3 holes.
Okay.
And I don't really use the top one very much at all. Mm-hmm. But I found these earrings and it didn't look right in the second hole. So I moved them up to the 3rd hole and I had to really
work it in
shove it in.
Yeah. Re-puncture it.
Yeah. But I cleaned it. I did my best. And then it did start hurting pretty quickly, but I left it because it looked so cute.
It's a very similar story to last time.
Yes. And I left it. And then that night I took it out and it was really hard to get out. I think it had swollen sort of around it. So I yanked it out and then I cleaned it all up.
It had fused to the metal.
Yeah. And then I cleaned it up, but it was really painful. And I couldn't lay. I had to back sleep.
Isn't it weird that your upper ears are very prone to infection?
They're sensitive. Yeah. The higher you get on my ear, I think they just can't handle it.
It's just very infection prone.
Don't say it with such a gross face.
Well, it is. It's
not my fault.
It's like a cess.
I prefer to call it sensitive.
Okay, it's sensitive.
Anyway.
Particularly sensitive to infection.
Yeah.
Yeah, of its many sensitivities.
And yeah, and it had a big, you could feel the big, node in there.
Big lump of infection.
Don't make that face.
Okay.
Anyway, it's feeling a little bit back to normal. So
okay. I'm glad you got it out of there because that's an improvement.
The big question is, am I allowed to do it again?
I think it's a wrap on your upper ears.
Really?
I mean, repeat the same thing, expect a different result. It's like 2 for 2.
But it's like maybe it just needs a couple times before it can acclimate.
I mean, it's your body, your decision. So, but I think we stay away from there.
Okay.
Bit me twice, shame on me. You're at the shame on me part. First time was shame on your ear.
Sure.
And now it's shame on you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Now, this one I flagged. I did flag it with you in mind. I thought this would interest you, even if the topic doesn't, because of where the money comes from.
Okay.
I read this headline yesterday or the day before. Unmarried Hermes heir. That's hard to say.
I know this story.
Leaving $11 billion to former gardener.
I know. He's going to adopt the gardener.
Wow.
So that he can pass it on.
There'll have to be a movie about this, right?
Of course.
It's not like you got left $1 million. Like you got left, you're in the top 200 richest people in the world kind of money.
It's so sweet.
Although there is some little bit of it having to do with he doesn't want control of his portion to go to certain people.
Yeah, I think it's also a strategic move, but an extremely generous strategic move.
And if I'm the gardener, I don't really give a shit what your motivation is.
Not.
You give me that $11 billion.
I know.
Can you imagine waking up, you went to bed.
Yeah.
You had like $3,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
And the next morning you have $11 billion.
God. I mean, of course, like a pessimistic version of this is that they were in love. I mean, that's a weird thing to say.
It's like cynical.
I guess it's like they're in love. So that's why this is happening. But like the better
story. Could be unrequited love.
Maybe. Ooh, God. Okay. If someone was in love with me and I wasn't in love with them, and I made that clear, but they could not stop pursuing.
Yeah.
And then they died
and left you $11
billion. Would I
love them posthumously?
No. Would I feel like I can't accept
No, because you had been honest.
Yeah.
If you led them on and married them as they had gotten their cancer prognosis, you're pretty shady.
Yeah. Okay. But also, it's sad. It's like he just loved me so much.
That even if you didn't like him, he still wanted you to be happy. That's true love. You should have loved him back.
I know. I regret this.
You should.
I really regret not loving him back. Okay.
I want to know more about the gardener.
Yeah, me too.
And I want to know, because it's in Italy or something. Where are they?
France, probably.
Okay, is that where Hermes is? Okay, that makes more sense then. Okay, probably not Croatia.
I mean, we don't know where they are. They're billionaires. They could be anywhere.
Sky's the limit.
They could be in the sky.
They could be living up in the sky in Elysium.
Yeah.
He's older. I think the gardener's 50. Oh Jesus. My age.
Well,
I guess you can totally still enjoy it.
Yes, exactly.
So I have such a disconnect when reading someone's 50. Yeah. That does not sound like my age.
Right. It doesn't sound 50. It doesn't sound like your age to me either.
I think I'm just coming to terms with this in the very second.
Wow, yeah.
That it's 50. It's really 50. It's not 40.
But 50 is the new it's the new 45. Like, I think of you...
45? We can't do better than that?
No. Okay. Like, I'm being realistic.
Okay.
I think of you as 45.
Okay.
Kind of perpetually.
Permanently?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to live up to that. I'm certainly trying my hardest to live up to it.
I don't mean you look 45. I
definitely look 50 is what you...
No, God, what a trap. No, I'm just saying you'll live at that age for me forever.
Right.
It's going to be hard for me when I turn 45 because I'm going to be like...
when you turn 50 and you're 5 years older than me?
Yeah, it's going to get confusing.
It's going to get messy.
Yeah.
Okay. We might have to update. TBD, when I turn 60, you might bump me up to 50.
Okay. What is your age in your head currently?
40.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm 40.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I'm 40.
You might want to go check and see if you're 40.
50?
Yeah.
That's a real number.
I know.
Oh my God, this is really just hitting me.
Wow.
Yeah, because when I read the Gardner was 50, I was like, oh, he gave a guy that's almost dead a blow. I wish he would have given it to him when he was 30.
You can't know.
But now I realize he's just my age. He's just a guy, he's a little boy my age.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
50.
I feel like I'm 32.
Yeah, I can sign off on that.
I feel 32.
So we're both deducting 5 years.
I guess, yeah. No, you're deducting 10.
45? You said it was 45.
Yeah, but you said
oh,
you
yeah,
were 40.
I think I'm 40. Oh, no, 45's older than I am. I'll tell you this much.
Oh, wait, let me look up the Hermes Gardner.
Yeah, I wonder if he's doing any press now that he's a 11 billionaire. I hope he disperses some of the money to other people. Like, I hope this is a cascade of people getting called and going like, hey, guess what? You have $100 million. Guess what? Because he could give 110 people $100 million.
But I think part of it is now that guy will own a percentage of Hermes.
Okay, so really, it's not cash. It's value in the company.
Oh, that's okay. It says Nicholas Puke.
Oh, boy.
P-E-U-C-H.
P-E-U.
P-E-U. A fifth-generation heir to the Hermes fortune reportedly plans to adopt his former gardener and handyman, a 51-year-old man from a modest Moroccan family, and bequeath him a substantial portion of his estimated $12 billion, $13 billion fortune. It says he's reclusive and childless, 80. He's 80. He owns approximately 5.7% of Hermes shares. Okay.
What if this guy's first line of work is to introduce a line of Hermes clothing for gardeners specifically, like patches in the knees?
Oh, yeah, that's actually cute. Yeah. That would be cute.
He could take this. He might be worth $30 billion after he implements.
Has a strained relationship with his family.
You can't call him that. What's his first name?
Pooch. Has a strained relationship with his family and initially had plans to leave his fortune to the Isocrates Foundation, a charity he founded. However, he reportedly reversed those plans, possibly due to disagreements with his family, and is now in the process of arranging his estate to pass on his wealth to his former employee. Former, not even his current gardener.
I know. It's his old gardener.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
God, these bags are nice.
No one's gotten an interview with the gardener?
What's the gardener's name? They haven't. I'm not seeing
That's probably best.
Yeah. They'll kill.
Well, just like it's not a good idea when people, I've watched some docs on lottery winners. There's a lot of fascinating stuff about lottery winners. One is they file bankruptcy at a really high rate, which is sad.
Yeah.
But also the amount of people that come out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for money. And I guess it kind of makes sense. Like if you're asking for somebody for the money they earned, I think it's a different threshold than like, hey, you found out your friend found $50 million in his backyard, which is basically what winning the lottery is.
Yeah.
Like, well, he didn't,
Yeah.
Maybe he'd be easy come, easy go with it because he just found it.
And so you feel like if someone passes it down, you feel more of a responsibility to that person, maybe?
Well, I just think if they said his name out loud, everyone that knows him, like, but you got given $11 billion. Give me some.
Oh.
Whereas if he built some business for 40 years, they wouldn't be like, give me some of your business.
It is really funny. People really feel like give me some is a real...
Give me some.
It's like a real thought in a lot of people's heads.
Yeah.
You have so much money and you should give me some for free.
I certainly never felt that way. Like there was a period where, my mom and my brother were partners and they both made a very good living in Michigan. And I was quite broke in California. And I never felt like they should give me some money.
Yeah.
But sometimes when we're with Bill Gates, I do think, why doesn't he just give me $1 billion to be funny?
No, that's not.
Isn't that funny?
I don't think that's that funny.
It's fun for me.
It's fun for you.
It's fun for me and funny for him.
I don't think it's funny for anyone else.
So I do think that when I'm around someone who's got like hundreds of billions of dollars, I do think, well, you could give me $1. That's basically you've got $200 and you give me $1 for fun.
Then it's true. Like obviously, the more somebody has, the more like It's like, yeah, Bill, maybe
wouldn't miss
can you
it.
just give me $1 million actually? Like that's nothing for him. Can I just have $1 million?
Just because it's funny. Because you're like, oh my God, you know, the last time I saw Dax, I gave him $16 million, just like out of nowhere. He wasn't even expecting
this
it.
is my best joke. I gave Dax.
Yes, it's a great joke,
Okay,
Bill.
but I guess that's how everyone feels.
That's right.
So yeah, if anyone has $1 million and they have $20,000, of course they're gonna be like, give me 50,000 of your dollars, please.
That's right. It's too much
I
for
get it.
you. Yeah,
I guess I get it all.
I get it.
So everyone can say, "Give me some." I guess it's allowed.
That's what you're.
That we
You're
should put that on the
deputizing
news
everyone in your life. Oh, on the topic of give me some, which my tattoo artist has started saying, give me money to show your arm.
Oh, okay.
I did sit for 7 hours and have everything. I think we got to put an end to that story because I didn't list the armchairs.
Close the gap. You want to
close the door.
No, they call it
close the loop.
Close the loop.
Right. So it happened. I sat for 7 hours and this great guy, Marky, that is a tattoo artist in Illinois that Robbie knows.
Yes,
Robbie Wob.
Yep.
I wonder if he likes Robbie. I say Robbie a lot.
Well, Robbie's
it's just
confusing
so
for me because I have my own Robbie.
You have your own. Well, and I do too a little bit. Yeah, I have your Robbie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
the man who's giving everyone epilepsy.
Wob is
he's giving everyone epilepsy.
But there's other Robbies, but there's no other Wobby Wob.
There is no other Wobby Wob. But it was his dude, wonderful guy. And yeah, everything has been altered enough that now I can be in a commercial in a short sleeve shirt.
That's exciting.
So I'm very happy. I got my limb back.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And me and my best friend Aaron Weekly got matching J2C tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to show to the camera?
Can you see it? Yes. I can't really see it, which is a bummer.
What do you mean? Well,
I would like to be able to see it.
Yeah, you can't see it because you put it on your neck.
Yeah, then I can't see the back of my neck.
Correct.
I just found out.
Oh, okay.
I would have assumed I could see.
Through.
I didn't realize I can't see the back of my neck.
Yeah. So it's kind of behind your ear.
Yeah, and I move my ear in the mirror, and that doesn't help me. So I don't really know. I'm not sure what it looks like, but
it looks great.
Okay, it's there.
It says J2C. Wait,
not that anyone needs reminding. January 2nd, Capricorn.
Is yours black?
Both of us are the same. The J and the C are blue, and the 2 is red.
I need to look closer.
Okay. Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry. And that's what I want. I want people to really get into my neck to look at this thing.
Oh.
Because I want to invite a vampire to bite me so that I can live forever. Do you ever want to live forever?
Oh my God. No. Well, not like that. I don't want to live like a vampire.
So many people say they don't want to live forever. It's just very common. I think it's the most popular answer to that.
Do you? I think the most popular answer is they do. But then once you start thinking about it, you think.
No, everyone I talk to says no.
Yeah,
they all go like, I don't want to live forever. But what I don't think is realistic about that is like, what day do they think they're going to wake up and go like, yeah, I want to die today? So when you think about it that way, the AA way, one day at a time, I think one day at a time you would live forever. You're just not going to wake up and be like, okay, yep, ride's over.
I think the older you get, way older than 50, way older.
250.
You get uncomfortable. Like life starts.
In this scenario where you can live to 250, I'm living as I am today. They completely arrest my aging. 40. Yeah, I'll be 40 for the next 210
I see
years.
What you mean. I think you might get
bored,
tired of this. I really do.
I guess what I'm saying is you'd have to be suicidal one day. You'd have to wake up and go, I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think people do that part of the equation. It's like, well, what day do you think you're going to wake up and be suicidal?
I don't think it would be the same as being suicidal in a regular life.
Right.
Because you have such a limited amount of time in a regular life. And so to cut that short is obviously caused by depression.
You have an expectation and it's
yeah. But if you've been on Earth for 250 years.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would say it's suicidal to say like, I think I did it.
I'm done.
As the same way that like an 85 or 90-year-old sometimes I think they feel like, well, I'm Depending, but I do think some people are like, I lived my life and I'm done now.
But I do think most of those people, their quality of life's gone down quite a bit. They can't go out and do things, and they can't, there's loneliness and isolation and body pains and
that's
incontinence. Don't forget incontinence. Like if you were peeing your pants 3 times a day, you'd be like, I'm fucking done. Yeah. I'm sick of cleaning my.
Well, somebody else would be cleaning it. So you're the one that wanted to wear diapers and pee in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
You already want
Last
that.
night, I would have loved to have been wearing a diaper.
See?
Yeah.
It's not gonna slow you down. I don't know. I guess it's just we won't know until we try it.
Yeah.
But my gut is I will be ready to be done by then. I really do.
I always wonder if that's a sign of depression. That should be on like a first questionnaire.
Oh, maybe.
Do you feel like you're going to be done soon? You go, yeah.
Ironically, I'm not scared of dying.
Me neither.
I mean, I'm scared of everyone else dying. And that's part of it. If you live 250 years, the amount of loss you are going to have accumulated is a lot.
It's a lot, but you'll be making new friends and having more children and having more lives.
No.
You have to just think, what if you could live a whole other life in France? And then a whole other life in China. Like, there's so many corners of the world to keep things interesting. And then after like 800 years, you're like, I'm going to move back to Milford, Michigan. Try that out again. Hope it's still there.
It will be not what you remember.
Probably be skyscrapers and flying cars. Yeah,
I don't know, though. It's like, are we just... I think our lives are supposed to have an end. I don't know.
Well, clearly they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I think if we monkey around with that.
That's the part I think is interesting. Yeah. People think like you're going against nature. What you're really saying is you're going against God. There's something deep that people think you're playing God if you live forever.
I don't think that because I don't believe that. It's
moral dumbfounding. You're like, it's greedy and too much to ask to live forever. There's something about it. Like there's some moral imperative that feels like being violated by living forever.
I think there's something very poetic about a life.
We've been forced to view it that way, though, because that is what it is. I think we have no choice but to see it as poetic.
But I don't know. I think wisdom is real. And I think wisdom obviously comes with experience, but it also comes with knowing that the end is coming closer. So I don't know if we are living forever, if anyone really ends up
acquiring wisdom.
Like the feeling that you talk about when you talk about like your kids, that's a feeling that I think a lot of older people feel about life in general. They just see the preciousness of the whole picture and humanity and people. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. And I think you earn that by inching towards the end. I really do.
Where you start cherishing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Think how much wisdom you could have, though, after 400 years.
I don't think you would.
I even feel this aging myself is like, you'd have seen so many market collapses, social upheaval, that you would go like, yeah, and it'll pass.
Yeah.
Kind of like emotions in your body.
Oh,
and I've gotten to that. Like, I've just seen 2008, you're a monster if you drive an SUV. The SUV market collapses.
Yeah.
And then I look up one day and it's like, oh, no, everyone's driving a crossover in an SUV and everyone just kind of forgot about that thing.
Right.
And just these cycles of like, everyone decided everything is just, this is so terrible and we're done with this. And then I watch it come right back up.
Yeah.
For me, it's helpful because I'll watch the current craze of like what is going to go away and I'll just go like, yeah, maybe it will. I don't know. We'll see how this.
Yeah, my friend Sally, she has this guy in her building. He's older, I think maybe like 90. Like during the election time, he was like, it's 4 years.
Right. Yeah. And I think some of that, you're seeing some of that in me.
Yeah, but
in our current
you're
thing.
only 40. I don't think you get to say that
I haven't earned
in the
that
way
right.
that the 90-year-old gets to.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Okay.
Well, this is for Andrew. Andrew Schulz.
Andrew Schulz.
Yes.
Some feedback just came in because it's on the week early.
It's on Wondery Plus already.
Yeah, and already I read a couple people say like, "Oh my God, what a fucking incredible episode!"
Good.
So that was good.
That's great. Yeah, it was good to have him and talk some stuff out. Okay, Russia, McDonald's.
Oh,
Yeah, they did sell it to a local buyer, McDonald's, during the war.
they sold it.
Well, they left Russia.
They left Russia, and
Yeah.
then those buildings just got taken over by some other company.
Right, but still in the food.
Still a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Well, now what's the name now?
It's called
Vladimir Putin's hamburger house.
Exactly.
Putin's patty melt house.
Putin's patties.
Putin's patties. I'd go.
Vkusno Tachka. It translates to tasty and that's it. Tasty and that's it is the title.
That feels very Russian. My stereotype is like,
I know, it's so bleak.
yeah, this is what I said. Like, the story of my Russian stone person. My first house, whatever that is, 20 years ago, and I was redoing the bathroom. And the contractor had brought the stone person that was going to put in all the stone in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
But he hadn't said anything. And the contractor was like, do you want a steam shower? Do you want this? There's so many options, right?
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I said, sometimes I just wish I was doing this fucking bathroom in Russia. It's like, you want to take shit? Yes, no. You want to wash face? Duh. So I do my Russian thing. And there's no laughing.
Oh.
And I say, are you Russian? To the guy there. And he's like, yes, but it is funny.
Oh, good.
And then everyone else laughed.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so tasty and that's it.
Tasty and that's it. If you don't like tasty, then fucking keep it moving.
Yep. Okay, now is Fanta Nazi Coke? Fanta, owned by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Company. Fanta was introduced in 1940 and is the second oldest brand owned by Coca-Cola.
Introduced in Germany?
Correct, during World War II due to ingredient shortages.
Okay, so it was created there in Germany land.
That's
Deutschland.
right, in World War II.
Okay.
So
okay.
ellipses. We'll leave it at that.
I always find this so interesting.
Yeah.
I bring it up kind of too often. But Adidas and Puma were brothers.
Really?
Yes. They owned a shoe company together.
I didn't know that.
And at the outbreak of World War II, one was a sympathizer and one was not. And the company split up over it. Yeah.
So Puma is the non-Nazi one?
I'm not going to say anything out loud yet.
Well, yeah, we already know about Adidas and their...
Adidas.
Yeah, that was his name, right?
I think that was their last name. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nazi got the last name. Then the other one had to go with Puma.
Pretty cool. Hey, I like Puma.
I mean, everyone likes Pumas, but like... you get to... when it's your last name... It's a blank slate. And you get to like really make that a brand. When it's Puma, you already have an idea of what a Puma is. The logo has to
cougar.
be a Puma.
Yeah. Gotta be a mid-size mountain cat.
Okay, Donnie Burns is the Scottish ballroom dancer who has won many titles and holds a Guinness World Record. I was looking up most winningest ballroom dancer.
How many has he won?
Well, he's won 14-time world professional Latin champion, 11-time international Latin American dance champion.
That's what's unfair to a lot of these disciplines. You know, a guy like Jordan wins 6 rings. And you're like, he's the Michael Jordan of whatever. And then some other guys win. He's on 14 times. He's like, Jordan, you need a step stool to kiss my ass. That's what he would say.
That is probably what he would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that is unfair.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew said that Tim Waltz said he was at the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War. That was obviously a joke.
Hyperbole.
That was hyperbole, and it was a joke. It was
Tiananmen Square.
Correct. That he said he was there
Present.
or a part of, and he was not.
Okay.
So that was bad. Okay. Bipolar, you said 10 times the rate. In Japan. I'm sorry, we have 10 times the rate over Japan. The United States has the highest lifetime rate of bipolar disorder at 4.4%. India, the lowest with 0.1%. And Japan, 0.7%.
0.7. 44 divided by 7 is almost 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7.
7%. No. 7 times.
7?
7. We have 7 times the rate, not 10 times the rate.
Yeah.
That's still astronomical.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Is Jack Schlossberg JFK's grandson? Yes. He is.
Congratulations.
Oh, okay. I thought he looked like Ben Schwartz.
And I thought he looked like Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, I didn't. He doesn't look like Ben Schwartz, but they have similar mannerisms. And then this also, I just started watching The Pit.
Right.
Which is on Max. It's a medical drama.
It's ER. Just call it ER.
It's basically ER. It has Noah Wyle.
John Wells, I think, is the showrunner.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I really just like a medical drama.
Yeah. The only one I ever got hooked on was House.
That's the one I didn't do.
Because Hugh Laurie is so incredible.
Yeah, he is such a good actor.
And he's a cantankerous addict.
Right.
And the most brilliant doctor on the planet.
So you never watched ER?
No.
Really?
No.
Well, I just finished The Pit and I'm going to restart ER.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to restart Pit.
No.
I just finished Pit and I'm going to restart it.
I mean, that is something I have done, but
yeah.
No, I'm going to restart ER. I'm excited about that.
I was too busy in life when that came out. You know, I was like early 20s, I think. I wasn't watching TV. I was like out every single night doing something fun.
Yeah, you were probably 9. Yeah, because I have very vivid memories of watching it with my mom in bed.
Fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
and in our house in Tennessee. So I would have been 7.
Watching TV in bed is so fun.
It is.
Yeah.
We would watch ER. So 7. So yeah, you were 19.
Yeah.
That was nostalgic watching The Pit. But there's an actor on there that is so Ashton-y.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah.
And there's a actress that is very Christina Ricci.
Oh.
So there's a lot of doppelgangers on that show, which is interesting. And then I was reminded that there's some people that are cutouts in The Sim. They're a cookie cutter that gets stamped and then they just like change some things.
I've been saying this, now that I'm 40 and I've met
Congratulations.
tens of thousands of people in my life.
Yeah.
I think there's like 1,600 people.
Right.
I meet doubles nonstop.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, and then what's crazy is the people with the same physicality, their personalities are generally the same too. Like, I think how you look ends up predicting a little bit how you're going to act.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just take they make the ear a little bigger and like flatten the nose a little bit. They're like, that one's good.
Yeah, they do like a 2%.
Exactly.
Kind of like my tattoos, ding, ding, ding. Just change them enough that they're original.
Exactly. Okay. I didn't know what buck breaking was.
Ugly term.
Yeah.
Or maybe not ugly, ugly activity.
Right. Correct. The history of sexual exploitation of Black people by the dominant society, particularly the sexual exploitation of Black men.
We're going to go out on buck breaking?
No. AOC's district voted for Kamala.
Okay.
She lost some votes,
Okay.
but she still won it.
Gotcha.
So some people moved over is the thing, but not the majority.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's it.
That settles it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That was, I was glad we had him on.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
Love you.